A police complaint filed by an army major into the killing of 4 soldiers at a military station in Punjab's Bathinda says 2 unidentified masked men in kurta-pyjama were seen at 4:30 this morning. They were seen running towards a jungle near the army facility as per the FIR. NDTV has accessed a copy of the FIR filed by the major. The 4 soldiers killed in the firing incident belonged to an artillery unit of the army. The FIR says one of the masked men spotted at the military station had an INSAS assault rifle while another carried an axe. 4 soldiers were killed in the incident of firing inside Bhatinda military station in Punjab this morning. And these are the details that have been put out in the FIR now. Vishnu Shom is joining us live from the studio and Vedant is joining us live from Bhatinda. Vishnu, coming first to you. It's extremely worrying that 16 hours have lapsed but no one has been apprehended for the firing that killed 4 Jawans. Is this a security breach?
I think the bigger concern is that we don't even know who these individuals are, because to pointed questions to the army on whether these were army Jawans, whether they could actually confirm that, there is no answer at this stage. What they are saying is that they're trying to find out. Now, this raises some important questions, because in a situation like this, if it is, for example, a fratricide incident when a soldier or soldiers turn the gun onto other soldiers, then there's immediately a head count which is done. So to a specific question on whether the army has been able to confirm that these were army soldiers involved in this incident at the Bhatinda military station, the answer is we don't know as yet. And therefore, since they don't know as yet and there is no official statement, in fact, no statement even off the record or any detail on who these individuals might actually have been, we need to consider all possibilities. Was this a case of fratricide? Was this some soldiers who were upset for some reason, they turned the gun? We've seen fratricide in the CRPF armed forces as well. Was this a terror attack? That's not been ruled out at this stage. Essentially, at this juncture, Maha, nothing has been ruled out at all. So that's where the present situation is. Now, how many hours has it been, Maha? What, 16, 17 hours since this incident took place? 4 Indian Army soldiers are dead.
Yes, Vedant is getting us more details now. Vishnu from Bhatinda. Vedant, give us more information from the FIR. What is the description of these assailants?
Maha, let me first give you a sense of what the situation is on the ground. So the area continues to be cordoned off and sealed, and what the police are also telling us right now is that a joint probe, the army along with the Punjab police, continue to investigate this particular incident to ascertain more facts, and as Vishnu pointed out, to ascertain the identity of those unknown men who were involved with this incident. Now, the FIR has certain very important details, but before I come to the FIR, let me also tell you that the police, my police sources in Punjab Police, they have told me that they've been able to find 19 empty shells of INSAS rifle. So they will be sent for forensic analysis. So those 19 empty shells of INSAS rifle have been found. Other than that, the FIR that we've been able to access, that has some important points. First, of course, as you pointed out, this is an FIR which has been filed by an army major, and it talks about how these men were in civilian dress. So, of course, as Vishnu also said, that there's no clarity as to whether this was a fratricidal incident or not. The FIR says that these men were in civilian dress. They were in kurta-pyjamas, and their faces were masked, and it has a lot of detail on how these men actually started running towards the jungle, because one officer, as per the complainant, actually saw them, and this was 4:30 in the morning when this incident was reported. But two things, all the senior police officials that I've spoken to in the Punjab Police, they continue to say two things. One, that it's not a terror attack. That's what the police are saying as far as any confirmation, because as Vishnu is also pointing out that no possibility can be ruled out at this moment. But what the police continue to say is that this wasn't a terror attack. This pertains to some internal issues. And the second thing is that they are investigating this in a joint probe with the army. So, of course, as of now, this is all the information that we have. But the details that are there in the FIR are very crucial, because it talks about how there were, this incident took place when the 4 Jawans Jawans, all in their mid-20s. They were sleeping near a barrack behind a mess. And also another important thing, Maha, very quickly, is that, something that the army has also said, that these men died after sustaining gunshot injuries, and no other injuries have been reported and no other loss to property either, Maha.
All right. And Vishnu, a couple of days ago, an INSAS rifle with some ammunition was found missing. Is this the same rifle? Do we have any details and clarity on that?
Well, ordinarily, I think an answer to that question would have come quite quickly, Maha, but in this case, it's not come. Now, you're correct, and the FIR makes mention of this as well, that an INSAS rifle, which is an automatic rifle, it's standard issue for Indian Army soldiers, did go missing. A certain number of rounds also went missing with it. And today, a little while back, the Army has mentioned, and this is on record, that a rifle has been found. However, each rifle, as I understand it, would have some identifying number or identifying mark, and therefore it should have been relatively easy on the basis, for example, of a serial number to know whether it's the same gun which has gone missing. But so far all they're saying is that they're looking at forensic tests to ascertain the identity of that particular gun. Is it the same as the one that apparently went missing? One final point, Maha, it is very unusual for weapons to go missing in an Indian Army station. There is very strict regulations on this. The first thing that soldiers do, for example, when they train is, if you've been given a gun, you have to return a gun. These are stored within an armory. Yes, guns are deployed, but only to select soldiers, for example, those on guard duty. So how could a gun just have been lifted and taken away? It's something that the Army will be looking at very closely.
Too many questions at the moment that have not been answered. But Vishnu and Vedant, many thanks for joining us with all the information we have at the moment.